Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. I got a cool one today. Who wants to check out another Vosteed? All right, we got this one to check out today, and will you just look at that? Holy cow! So this is the Naga, which means snake. So it's kind of got me just because of that. But what I really like is this material. When I did the unboxing, was like, what is this? And it turns out this is a G10 micarta mix. So it's kind of like a G-carta type of mixture. So you can see the texturing of the micarta, but there's also the coloring of G10 in there. So you have a really cool mixture, and this is called Ocean. Gosh, I mean, just right off the bat, we have to talk about that, just because that's going to be screaming at you. But how cool is that? Very, very cool. And again, on this side, really, really nice. So you have that, but this is the Naga from Vosteed. Really interesting overall shape. You got that nice big handle, that nice blade. They're calling it a clip point, but it's almost like a Persian style clip point with that nice big belly on it. But what a cool knife. It is a top liner plunge, or top liner lock, which we're going to talk about, but I just want to show off what that looks like, because these scales are really, really beautiful. I can't get over exactly how these look, man. That is really, really cool. So you have that nice wire clip. Again, a wire clip is pretty nice. The screw is not recessed, so you have that nice screw, but it is reversible, so you could reverse it. It is definitely not deep carry. You're still going to have the tail of the handle sticking out, which is not bad, not good, which is not indifferent or anything. You got that nice pivot collar that has the kind of a brass look that matches the handles. It is an S35VN steel with these nice big chunky thumb studs, which give you plenty of access to flick the knife out. And gosh, full 4-finger handle. I mean, come on, that's gonna really, and that just locks you in. That tail comes back here, the back of the handle, and really locks you in. If you need the choke up, you got plenty of space to choke up for anybody who has larger hands. Your thumb gets right there on top of the jimping on that blade, and it's done really well. And again, they did jimping right up here on the clip. Now, I guess if you're pinch gripping it, I don't know, that's just an extra little touch, but I don't know. For me, I don't know if I would actually, I never found myself wanting to be up here, but it's an interesting thing. And they also have the fuller, which allows you to be able to use that as well. I wonder, yeah, if you took the screw out and took the thumb studs off, you would just have a hole in the middle of the blade, which you don't want anyway. But it is a really cool, again, Vosteed and S35VN, that nice tumbled finish coming down to a really nice edge, flat grind, full flat grind, done very, very, very well. It is a top liner, so you see the liner has popped out, and then when you push the button, it releases the blade so that you can drop it. So the lockup position is up here at the top of the blade instead of down at the bottom of the blade. So you pull it out, and you're going to see it pops out right in between these two pins. And when you push it, it unlocks it. I guess the lockup position is in the middle, so it's actually in right there. So pops out, push it in. Excellent. So my opinion, I'm getting kind of tired of bar locks just because it doesn't give you that nice snap when you throw the blade out, and it doesn't give you that good, snap. It just kind of goes bleh. But this gives you that little snap, and it gets your fingers out of the way to release the blade. So you can let the blade just fall, and you're not worried about pulling your finger out of the way or letting the blade hit your thumb or anything like that. It gives you out of the way. Now, the argument for these are they're not very strong, etc. Or do some spine wax. Well, I don't do spine wax. I don't see the point of it. I don't do that in my regular world where I'm going to be banging this on the table and then all of a sudden that lock's going to come out. I don't see the point of it, but I'm not hard using my knives like maybe some of you guys. And it's right having the right tool for the job. If you need a hard working knife where you have a lock that is going to be tried and true and it's never going to do anything, then maybe there's another option for you. But, you know, I guess if that's the only thing that you're going to say about a top liner lock, then I guess it's all a matter of how you're using the knives that you're using. But that's just my opinion. So you have a pretty large blade. Let's talk about the size on this. Overall, you're at 8.04, and the blade length is 3.47. Let me get my ruler. It always ends up back there for some reason, probably because I'm using it for something else. So right there you can see my measurement. We're at just over 8 inches, like they said. That's where the end of it is. I know it's hard to see, but there's where the end of the scale is, and you have that. So very, very good. Let's look at some size comparisons. We have the Naga versus the Rat 2. It nuzzles in very nicely there. And the Civivi Elementum. Obviously, this is going to be significantly larger in every single way than these two. And let's check it out versus, why did I just take that one up? Versus the Para 3. You can see that. So you have some comparisons in the handle, but overall we're still much larger, and the thickness in the handle is roughly about the same, only because this is a contoured scale. So actually these scales are somewhat contoured, which is awesome. So it gives you the nice grippiness of micarta, but the look of G10, and it actually is contoured, and it's very comfortable, very, very comfortable in the hand. I will give you that. Clip's not in a good spot. This part really locks you in back here, and it's done very, very well. Why is this still sitting here? Let's put this away. So anyway, guys, there's the Naga. And so you're getting S35VN HRC of 60 to 62 or 61 at $139. This particular one is sold out right now, unfortunately, but they do have other ones available. There's a blue stonewashed one available right now in Norplex, which is a different type of micarta mix, and it's $139 as well. So not a bad price for a really cool new material that's being used in folders, and in a really premium steel, and some interesting design aesthetics. So what do you guys think? The Vosteed Naga. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. That choice is always yours.